If you want to swim with jellyfish, bike into headwind before running with millions of midges, then a Celtman triathlon is for you. A foreign competitor asked me before the event whether the jellyfish is a joke. There are two Celtman races, the traditional full event and its baby brother or sister, the 0.5 event. They both take place in the stunning scenery of the northwest of Scotland. They use similar routes for the swim and run, but the bike is significantly different. The baby race is very hilly, as you will see. I describe my fitness going into the race as pram fit, not race fit. My son was born in February, and although I've been able to run once a week, I've done very little biking and virtually no swimming. The race will be my longest swim and bike of the year. I was relying on my run fitness and pram pushing to keep me fit. I was hoping to do just enough to get in under all the cut-off times. My brother was also doing the race. He was recovering from an injury, so his aim was to take it all easy. We were staying in Shieldaig, which is very convenient for registration and getting changed. The swim is a loop of Shieldaig Island. The water temperature was 15 degrees Celsius. I wasn't expecting many jellyfish as I'd been swimming all week in the bay and not seen many. Despite my lack of swim fitness, I enjoyed the swim. I swam as close to the island as possible so that my distance would be short. Some people swam very wide. I'm not sure why. Maybe they knew something I didn't. My watch said the distance was 2.2 kilometres. It was raining when I started the bike, so I put on a Gore-Tex jacket and shorts. My view is if you don't plan to win the race, then dress for comfort, not speed. The first section is slightly uphill. The weather was wet, but it was quite warm. Some people had TT bikes, but I decided to go for a road bike. Start it's going to be painful, but not as painful as a jellyfish to the face, because I can still feel the stings. Yeah. I went right next to the island. I took the shortest route. I went near the island until the jellyfish, and then I swam farther out, and then just came out at the same time as you. That's pretty usual. Not sure how that works out. I never saw you once during the swim. I thought I saw you once. The route goes over Bealach, which boasts the greatest ascent of any road in the UK. It begins at sea level and rises to a height of 626 metres. It takes 6 miles to get from sea level to the top. The name means past the cattle. It was originally a gravel track used by crofters to move cattle between two parts of the Applecross Peninsula. It's now mostly used by tourists as part of the famous North Coast 500 route. 3/4 of the way up. Oh, it's hard work, especially when you've not got little fitness. If I remember rightly, it's a little bit steeper, flattens off, and then steep switchbacks to finish off. We're quite good today. There's a little bit of a breeze just to keep me cool. One of the things I like about this race is that they close the road to cars whilst you do the climb. Well, the last section. Onto the switchbacks. 11% gradient. Quite thankful for the clouds. I don't know how far I'm going to go. Gradient on my bike viewer showed 17.2 for a second there. Oh, and it felt like it. The last switchback, I think, and I hope. First time since the bottom, gradient showing is -1. I could freewheel for 2 seconds. What the problem is, I forgot to check the time when I was going up the bottom, so I have no idea how long that took me. I'll take a guess and say 42 minutes. It was actually 57 minutes, which is 15 minutes slower than my fastest time. The first time I ever cycled up Bealach, I actually used a mountain bike because I thought, it's a mountain, that's what mountain bikes are for. It's fair to say I didn't really know what I was doing. Be careful on the first part of the descent. You pick up speed quite quickly and there are some very sharp corners.
Need any help? No, I'm okay, thanks.
too bad. Except I got punctured 2 seconds ago. Oh, no. Yeah, a puncture was annoying. Managed to sort it quite quickly. I haven't got any other tubes, so I hope that'll last till the end. A lot of people think that Björk Bat is the hardest climb of the day, but it's actually the section afterwards to Shieldig which is much worse. It's constantly up and down. My race is over. Got another puncture. Tried to put more air into it. Got another puncture. Tried to put more air into it. Got another puncture. Just a problem I've got with these wheels. I thought it had been fixed. I got them off a guy and asked him to repair them. Oh. There's a guy going past. I got these wheels and they were repaired, and as soon as they were repaired I started getting punctures all the time, so I took them back and repaired them again. I started keeping getting punctures and repaired them again, and then it seemed alright for a while, but now it seems to have gone again. Yeah, not much I can do, so phone my wife, waiting a rescue. Well, it shouldn't be too long, it's about 20 minutes away. Pardon? Well, we'll have to drive to run anyway because that's where all my stuff is. We'll see. I had my hopes up that was the rescue van. Not yet. Well, my wife just phoned and said it's only about 5 minutes away. Hopefully. It says he's past my brother, so I don't think he's too far ahead. It's not very exciting. Sitting, waiting to be rescued. There's a cow looking at me suspiciously. A sheep seems mildly inquisitive as to why I'm here. Other than that, not much going on. The rescue vehicle has arrived, thankfully. Not sure if I'll do the run, but I'll need to go and get my stuff anyway. So, see how Andrew feels. It's good you're here. Otherwise I'd be a bit stuck. My plan was to head to transition, and if my brother wasn't too far ahead of me, then I would try and catch him up on the run. Must be the only person trying to arrive at transition walking. I explained the problem to guys in transition, and they very nicely allowed me to carry on and do the run. Although I didn't dip in for the cycle, so I don't get cycle time, but I will get to finish. I think Andrew is about 5-10 minutes ahead of me, so hopefully by running a bit I'll catch up with him.
Do you want me to drive along? Is he along there?
He's along there, I think. Andrew says he's going to wait for me at the next transition, which I think is probably 2 miles down this road. The last point before you head off into the mountains. Thankfully it's along the bottom where it's flat and not the very steep road up the side of the hill. The first part of the run is all along the shore, and it's very, very scenic. Some nice person had left out some strawberries, but I think most people had eaten them before I got there. I caught up.
Right.
I came that way. It's harder going up the hill. What? It's harder going up the hill. Probably, yeah. That was tougher route. As she said there's loads of people have gone different routes. It's not a very clear sign, it's quite a small sign. I think you need to know that you have to go down the way. Like I knew to go down. Because I'd read the manual. Andrew had taken a wrong turn and gone up the hill rather than along the shore. He only realised it when he got to transition and someone shouted, "That man's gone the wrong way." You comfy in there? Thanks to the safety crew for staying out and keeping us all safe. weather was wet and windy on the low route, but it was quite warm, so it was never unpleasant. One of the advantages of editing these videos is that I can pick all of the shots that make us look like we're running as fast as possible, but I admit we did quite a bit of walking. The weather started to improve as we headed down off the low route. On the way up, we actually met people in shorts and t-shirt. They must have been very optimistic. The last part of the run is a long slog along the main road from Kinlochhew back to Torridon. I thought it was 5k, but I was a bit disappointed when I asked one of the volunteers how far it was, and he said 8k. Thankfully it didn't take too long before we saw signs saying we were close to the finish. Thanks. Go for it.
Thanks. Where's your tracker?
Brilliant.
He ran out of chat about 2 hours ago though. That's the only problem. What size t-shirt? Closed, please.
Closed?
Yeah.
There you go.
Technically, both Andrew and I should have been disqualified. Him for taking the wrong route and me for failing to complete the bike. But we both got a t-shirt. Interestingly, last year I got a t-shirt despite not doing the run part of the course. I'd done the swim and the bike, but I was too tired after completing the full Celtman the week before to fancy doing the run. This means I have 2 disqualification t-shirts. Next year I'll have to come back to complete the set by not completing the swim. It's a great race in a beautiful part of the world. I'd thoroughly recommend it to anyone who fancies a challenge.